Oh, here we are. It says the broadcast is live. That's so exciting.
I know it's so exciting. We'll give some people a couple minutes to get in here so they know that we're here hanging out so we don't shock them.
Right? I feel like I
And
wanna I'm gonna put this hair in front of my eyeball so that no one can see the fact that I'm obviously I don't know what it was, but it got
to
into
be
my
like,
and it's like,
to
I'm
be like, who's that conspicuous person with that? I
right, right, exactly. Why does she have her hair in front of her? Just one eye.
maybe put a patch there.
I
Maybe
sh I
like,
should. I should put a patch. Oh, that's so
maybe that'll make a difference. Hey guys, hey guys, it's
I'm
me.
just I'm gonna go through the whole
Another
thing like this.
another crazy show, another crazy guest. I always say we work with the crazy ones. We really do.
Well, it keeps life interesting, right?
That's right. It keeps life interesting. So anyway, hey guys, it's me. It's Connie Five, and I am here with Carolyn Hennesy.
Hello,
Woo! We
hello.
need to get we need to get a pair of those hand clappers going when we're
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
show,
I'll
right?
do it myself.
Okay, here we go. Well, if you all don't know who Carolyn Hennessy is,
I'm sure there are
let's tell
many.
you. Let's tell you who she is. She is a phenomenal, phenomenal actress. Very, she calls herself self-proclaimed
Oh, yeah.
studio brat of multiple generations growing up. What you said, you're one of three children. Uh,
Yes, yes, 2
uh,
I have a younger whole brother and an older half brother from my father's first marriage. We call it the one that didn't take. So, yes. Yes, so my Scott, who's the older one, and Michael, who's 14 months younger than I am, my Irish twin.
okay. Like you said, I got a whole brother half. I got a lot of those holes in the halves and the middles between too. I think many of us do.
Right? Right?
Many of us do. So your dad was an award-winning production designer and art director.
Yes, yes, an Academy Award-winning production designer. He designed, the well, he was nominated for Fantastic Voyage, Logan's Run, and Annie, and he won for Fantastic Voyage.
Very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. So you've been around the film industry forever,
My
a
entire life.
long time. Since the age of 4, you've
Yes,
been an actress.
yes,
So, so I guess my question to say, so why did you get into acting?
right, right. Well, and we're gonna, again, periodically throughout this, I'm gonna let everybody know why I am dabbing my eyes because something got in there and it won't get out. And it's making me, it stings like a mother. So I'm just delicately dabbing, you know, thinking of, thinking of sad things. My, I walked onto my first soundstage at the age of 4, and that was the sets that dad had designed for Fantastic Voyage.
Hmm.
And so I don't remember much from the age of 4, but I do remember being just enchanted, mesmerized, and there was a
Mm,
real kind of a soul tug, and it just said, "Oh, by the way, you belong here. Wherever else,
yes.
whatever, you can go home and sleep in your own bed in your bedroom, but you belong here." And I answered the call. I said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever happens on this in this big, big dark room where everyone has to stop and be quiet for, minutes at a time, and then 2 bells will sound and you can talk again, and there are free donuts over there, and there's a big hubbub of activity down through over there. Whatever happens here, I'm gonna do it. I don't know what it is at the age of 4,
Right.
but I'm gonna be a part of it." And so
I
that's
mean, there's definitely something enchanting about it.
oh, it's truly,
And,
truly. And
and,
I
you
was
know, it's
so lucky that I was able to go where my dad went. When he wasn't on location, I was able
right.
to kind of be there and be a studio brat, go spend summers, at then MGM, putting together little cars that would go through tubes in on, for the production design of Logan's Run. It's like, yeah, my older brother
Right.
Scott and I built some of those cars. And that's how I spent one summer, and, I just try and go and visit him as much as possible,
And
wherever
you
he was.
just learning about the industry,
Yeah,
doing everything you can
yeah,
to understand. Well,
exactly.
you've been in some pretty awesome shows. I mean, I was looking at some of the information, some of your background, the things that you've done, from Bay City to, let's see,
Oh,
the web
the
series, The
Bay,
Bay.
the series, yes.
You're
Yeah,
right. You've been in the series there. Book you wrote, bestseller The Pandora,
I
and then you did the young adult book series, New York Times bestseller as well. The Secret Life of, was it Damien
Damien Spinelli,
Spinelli?
yes, all our General Hospital friends will know Damien Spinelli, and hopefully a lot of them have read the book. Yes, it's a fictionalized account of all the characters, the major characters in Port Charles, in General Hospital, from the point of view of one character, Damien Spinelli, who,
So,
who was brought on as this computer nerd, this quintessential geek. I mean, he can hack into the Pentagon, but in his head, he's Sam Spade. He's right out of Dashiell Hammett. So it's all of these characters from the Jackal's point of view. That's his sort of alter ego, the Jack. And it's really fun. I was just reading it the other day, and it's really funny.
it's I grew up with General Hospital.
Huh?
I lived with my grandmother. So you could come and came home from school. The General Hospital came on at 3 o'clock. The minute I walked in the door, General Hospital. Like it was like
Luke and Laura
Luke
and
and then Luke
Robbie
and Laura's wedding,
and Monica and Alan and Edward and Blanca,
right?
and I mean all all the
Right,
great cast
right.
of members. And I
Uh-huh.
some they have a lot of them have passed on, but I got to work,
Right.
with I never met, Anna. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Here it goes. Who she played Lila Quartermain, and she was also in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So that's how much
Right.
I know. But I
Right.
just
Well, and we all know who you're talking about, and
Anna
most of
Lee,
us would not know her
Anna
real
Lee,
name.
Anna
Anna
Lee.
Lee. Yes, Anna Lee. Yeah. And then you were Bold and Beautiful.
No, 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 no. You know what? That's actually not true. I did one day on The Bold and the Beautiful, and I played an airline attendant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one day, and it actually was one day. General Hospital, this go around was supposed to be 2 days, and it's 15 years.
And
So,
you're still there. And you're still there. Well, I have to share what I was telling you before we started, that I just throw the TV on, I'll play smooth jazz, and when they put it on, it just came onto the Hallmark channel. I'm in the other room getting ready, and I could hear Carolyn's voice like playing in my head. Where's Carolyn coming from?
singing that smooth jazz.
And here she is, and here she was on the television. It was an episode of Reba.
Reba, yes, Van's mom.
Yeah, she was Van's mom.
I was, yeah,
And
on the
she was.
on the exercycle, or the
So
exercise, the walker, so
yeah,
everything.
you were on that machine. So Carolyn, I mean, when I look at everything that you do, and I mean your name, I mean it's such a stage name. I mean, does it
Or a drinking name.
still, or a drinking name? It could
Or
be a good drinking name too. Let me change that. It's a really good drinking
it's a
name.
really good drinking name. You have no idea how many people will say, "Hennessy, oh, I love your drink," and it's like,
I
"Oh,
love,
I
yeah,
wish I were those Hennessy's." Tell me
yeah.
to.
Well,
I don't Los Angeles, but no, I'm not. I'm the poor
Well,
Hen
my drink of choice happens to be Kentucky bourbon. So,
when I
and
was
it's
drinking,
so Hennessy falls in there sometimes.
yeah, as it does, and then I would,
As
yeah,
it
fall in for me, and then I'd fall down. So,
does. So, so let's talk about what you do for fun, and then I'm going to really talk about today what you do for your passion.
sure.
your passion project. So we know what you do for fun is you fly in a trapeze.
I do, I do. Yes, I fly on a trapeze. I also hang on a trapeze, 2
Hang on a trapeze.
different disciplines, and I have a hanging rig at the end of my driveway. So I do that a lot. And then I fly, yeah, I climb 25 feet in the air and I swing out and I get caught and I come back to the bar and try and make it up on the board. Yes, I do that. I will never be, performance worthy, but it's fun. Um,
But it's fun.
but I also I've been doing that for about 20 years, but then I also hang. And the hanging trapeze, the static trapeze, single trapeze, different names, same discipline, and you see a lot of that in Cirque du Soleil. So I
Yes.
do that. I will also never be good enough to perform.
Okay.
But but
But you enjoy
close,
doing it.
close, not too shabby.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. In fact, the pandemic was only beneficial for me in that
Hmm.
was at home a lot
Right?
and I got to hang. I
Yeah.
wasn't, running out my door back door to the set or to a location or something like that going, "Oh yes, I know you're up there. I see you, the rigging." It's like, "I'll get you
Right.
someday." No, I was able to actually go out and do it. And actually, when restrictions started lifting a little bit, then I started
Right.
friends over and we now have a group. We have a class.
Oh, nice.
Every Saturday and at least twice more during the week, depending.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we
Pretty
and
cool.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Hey.
like staying on the ground. I stick to boxing and cycling. I think I just
I
like
will
staying on the
I
ground.
would love to learn how to box.
I don't know. I just love it. You know,
Yeah, I would
get the
love to learn how to
yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of different ways you could do it and learn it, and but yeah, I started doing it in LA, and
really.
I started going to a club there, and of course with the pandemic, I got away from it, and so I'm like, I got to get back to it. I got to get back to it. So I finally did, and I found a place a place to go, but it was something that's what I enjoy doing. And I mean, you could do it in a group or you could do it individually, like with the box master. And
I
that's,
keep
yeah.
saying, "I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do, kickboxing or, mixed martial," which
Yeah.
I laugh. But I've gotta stop saying I'm gonna do that and start doing it because
Yeah.
that's
It's
it.
good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you go at your own pace, especially if you do, kickboxing or do it with the box master, you can go at your own pace, or
I
even
need
if you do it,
I wish
with a partner. Yeah.
I
Mhm. Yeah, so that's my speed. I'll do that. So so let's talk about what your passion is and what
Yes.
you're really speaking and talking about and what we do with Talent Concierge, and the
Well,
work that we're looking at for you.
right, right, right. Animals,
Yes,
animals.
and animals,
You
an
name it.
animal
From
activist.
from the lowly amoebas to the metaterrestrials and the metamarines, the elephants and the orcas. Yes, um, I very, very briefly, have a bit of a Twitter following, and so about 15 years ago, a very sweet Twitter follower said, "Hey, here's a video. Boycott Ringling Brothers. They abuse their animals." And I went, "Oh my goodness!" And so I watched it, and it was just ghastly. And I
Mm,
tweeted out, I said, "Yes, you must boycott Ringling Brothers. They abuse their animals." And a gentleman named Dr. Gray Spafford, who A is my animal advocacy mentor, um, and happens to also be a General Hospital fan, which is how he sort of found me and said, "Miss Hennessy, thank you." He wrote to me and he said, "Thank you so much. We need voices in Hollywood that speak out on behalf of animals. Thank you so much." However, you should know this about that video, that video is now over 50 years old, that Ringling Brothers has the best um, elephant breeding program pretty much in the contiguous United States. That they no longer use those practices. That is propaganda. That is now it's obsolete. It's like never going to the dentist because you had a cavity when you were 2 and you've said, I'm never going to, and now all dentists are bad because of what they did 50 years ago. No, 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 no. And I went, oh my God, I did that thing that a lot of people in Hollywood do. They talk without knowing what the hell they're talking about.
Okay.
And I said, I will never do that again. So I educated myself, and I said to Gray Stafford, I said, educate me. So we've gone all around the world, Thailand, Cambodia on a documentary. I've visited many, many modern zoos and aquariums in the United States, and my perspective has shifted almost 100. It did an absolute 180, and I now understand, because I am not an activist, I'm an advocate. And
An
very,
advocate.
very, very broad strokes. This is there are exceptions to every rule, but this is the broad stroke kind of difference between the two. Activists want zoos destroyed, aquariums destroyed, SeaWorld blown up. They want to release everything back out into the ocean, or back out onto the savannah, or they want to see animals walking hand in hand with humans down Main Street, and it's a big love fest. Wrong. That will never happen. It's not going to happen. Advocates understand that animals are sentient. They've absolutely got souls. They are smarter, many of them, than we will ever be. The 4 smartest animals on the planet that have something actually approaching human intelligence are the crow, the orca, the pig, and the elephant. And dogs kind of aren't far behind. But we
Hmm.
that modern zoos and aquariums are the last arcs of preservation and conservation for so many species on this planet, and that when they're run well, they are. I mean, I want to reincarnate as an orca at SeaWorld, because that's how beautifully they are taken care of.
Mm.
That the Crown, like the Georgia Aquarium, the San Diego Zoo, my Los Angeles Zoo, zoos all around the world. Yes, are there some zoos that should be shut down and their owners should be said bye-bye to? Yes, of course.
Yes.
Roadside attractions, absolutely. Zoos, there are many zoos all over the world that need a serious going over. But there are a lot that are now starting to really get into this advocacy mindset, because we lose 150 species of animals per day off this planet, roughly on an average
Mm.
150 species a day. Now, some of those are, you'll never see them. It's a microbe. It's a whatever. But some of them are, it's the West African white rhinoceros, gone. No, it's extinct in the wild.
Yes.
However, because of preservationists and conservationists, if there ever does open up a wild space again, there are no more wild spaces on the planet, but if we can reclaim some of it for the animals, we have the semen, we've got the eggs, we've got these embryos, and we can make more, and we can release them back out and then leave them alone. So we have those gene pools that we can tap into, should we ever be able to. So that's why I'm so, anti poaching, but also what's in the mindset of the poacher? Is it to fund ISIS? Is it because an elephant, the Great Migration, they're now trampling because humans are encroaching onto their migration
Hmm.
route? Are the elephants being poached because they're trampling the crops? Well, how can we figure that out? What's the solution for that? Because for every problem in animal advocacy, there is a solution, and it's not burning down the zoos. It's not walking hand in
Hmm.
hand with the gorillas down Main Street. We're never going to do that. Maybe even 100 years ago, if the course of human evolution and societal evolution had shifted just a little bit, maybe we wouldn't have to have these bastions, these arcs of preservation. But it didn't happen. And so we are where we are. So my podcast, Animal Magnetism, which we're going to get going again, it kind of came down a little bit during the pandemic, but there was about 6 years worth of shows which dealt with real world problems and real world solutions, not not, the what I call the batshit crazy activists that,
Right.
go and pour chlorine into dolphin tanks, thinking
Yeah, we don't want
that
that. So
they'll
out of
they yeah,
all
so
of the groups out there, all of let me go back to, so you say you have six years of material out there. Who who are the groups? Who are the people that need to hear your message?
well, with anyone who deals even peripherally with a zoological institution, and understanding the mindset of everyone who works for that zoological institution. So if you deal with a research facility, if you deal with a zoo, if you deal with an aquarium, if you deal with charities that where their gift giving is a lot of it's comprised of donating to animal organizations. Um, why? What are the markers? What are the markers for a great charity? Like, you take
Hmm.
something like American Humane. That's why I'm a celebrity ambassador for American Humane and my Los Angeles Zoo. So anyone who works with a zoological institution, anyone who is thinking about taking on that role. Why? What can you expect? What should you expect?
Hmm.
Um, so those are really the people. But also anyone who who wants to get their mind right with regard to animals on this planet, because again,
Ooh,
they don't need us, but we need them. And why? Why do we need them?
it's a good question.
What's going to happen when the elephants start to go?
Right.
When they're gone? What's going to happen when the orcas are
Hmm.
gone? What's going to happen, the chain, the food chain, the plankton versus, all the way to, the sharks and the orcas and eating this, and why is there so much mercury
Well,
in Japan?
well,
So
well, even the bees, the bumblebees, on this special they just did on that recently, on how we would die. The earth would crumble if they were to go away.
within a very short period of time.
Short period of time.
I think anyone who wants to level up their own, or their either corporate compassion, their personal compassion, team building compassion, um, because the more compassionate we are, you don't lose your competitive edge when you become a more compassionate individual. Your competitive edge is given
Hmm.
it's given a huge boost, because you are now able to sort of see, you're standing a little taller than your competition.
Mm.
See further into the horizon. So
Right.
so that's, I mean, it's a huge, because here's the thing, not all the news is bad. A lot of the news is
Right.
great. It's
Yes.
terrific. And how can, is there some way that you can parlay this good news about these creatures that we share? I mean, yeah, we might be at the top of the food chain, but we'll go soon when
Hmm.
start to go. So how can you parlay this symbiotic relationship that we've got with these astonishing creatures? And all animals are astonishing, even the snakes. Yay! And I've got a morbid yay, they're wonderful. They're wonderful. Um,
Everybody's here for a purpose.
exactly,
Everybody, it's God's creation, right? Everyone is here for a purpose. So you
exactly.
definitely have a solid message. And again, I'm thinking of, again, corporate governance. There's different programs and ways that they give back to the environment within the corporations as well,
Absolutely.
that they need to hear your message and they need to share their message with their
Absolutely.
people, with their board of directors as well. So
Yeah.
that's another avenue there. So running out of time.
What?
Any we are already. Could you believe it?
No, I can't.
I know we can just keep on talking here, two chatty Cathys. Um,
I could talk
any
all day about this. Yeah.
I know. We'll have to do it again. We'll just have to do it again. We could just make it a Friday night with the Hennessy.
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
that could be the name of our next podcast, Friday Night with Hennessy.
Mm,
So what last minute? My eye is twitching. Maybe I'm getting
I'm sending it to you. I'm so and mine actually stopped.
I think telepathically. I know what your sauce was going to say. I'm thinking of Hennessy. So, what last parting words do you want to leave for our listeners, all of our listeners, truly around being
Around
an
this.
advocate and for
Um,
animals?
this is this is the only planet that we know of right now that's got us on it. That's it. I mean, there might be others out there. That's cool, but it's the only one we know of right now, and it's a space. So it's a spaceship, and we are moving through space in this spaceship. And when the animal and the rivets are starting to pop out of this spaceship, and so
Mm,
me, people like me, the
yeah,
advocates, with the message of not just gloom and doom, but how to solve problems. Give me a topic, I'll figure out how to solve the problem, and if I can't, I'll tell you where to go. Where you can find the answer, not just, where to go. But we're we're running around as fast as we can. We're trying to rivet back in. We're trying to put the rivets back in because it's all we've got. And so you can
right.
have the next best things since sliced bread. That can be your product. And if there's no one here, who's going to buy it? So we have to start thinking truly symbiotically with regard to this planet. And the first thing we need to do is because we've 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 messed up this planet for them. So it's incumbent upon us
Yes,
to clean it up, to
to
figure
clean
it
it
out,
up.
solve. And so
Right.
that's where I've got solutions for the big hearts and the big corporations. So,
Well, Carolyn, I want to thank you for being here. Phenomenal. And we'll definitely have to do it again
oh,
for
please,
sure.
anytime,
Definitely,
anytime.
definitely have
Who
to
knows,
do it
who
again.
knows what'll be wrong with me then?
Well, thanks everybody for being here. It's Connie Fife, and we're bringing the Connie Fife Show back as well. And we are getting people to think differently about the world. And check with us. Check back again often. And remember, we're with Talent Concierge, and we are creating opportunities because we are finding $1 million results. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.